Tension this morning between China and its neighbors around the South China Sea. As we reported, China is reclaiming land and building islands. The U.S. believes China is looking to expand its military might. Seth Doane just returned from the South China Sea in the Filipino island of Pag-Asa, now caught in the global controversy. He is back in Beijing. Seth, good morning.
Good morning. The race is on to control parts of the resource-rich South China Sea. We visited one Philippine island that is also claimed by the Chinese.
These idyllic shores seem an unlikely front line, but the Philippine island of Pag-Asa is disputed territory. Even the school is controversial.
The Chinese didn't want this school.
Yeah.
Why?
They protested because they say it is within their territory. It is within their sovereign territory.
Mayor Eugenio Bito Onan Jr. calls this school, these houses, this entire community, an exercise in sovereignty, meaning just by living here, this stays a Philippine island, while the Chinese create and expand islands nearby.
Why have civilians and not just the military?
When it's military to military, when they confront each other, it's a normal war. So it's the civilian that seems to be the buffer.
They always talk about war.
The kids ask you about war?
Yes, sir.
John Kimson Paulino and Daryl Kim Tabong teach at the school. They say they hear students talking about China.
Mga balita.
I don't think they have a full understanding of what's happening, he told us. They probably don't know to what extent China has gone. Its Coast Guard blocking and intimidating Filipino fishermen, for instance. They probably just know that China is building islands and military bases. Most here tell us war seems a far-off fear, but China is on folks' minds. So much so that Aizol and Arzol Belidon named their daughter China Lin. She was one of the first born on this island. I came up with the name because we're so close to China. But he added his real focus is on his job and supporting their daughter.
About 25 families, roughly 100 people, live here year-round. It doesn't look like much, but the government provides housing, electricity, even some food. And for most here, life is better than it was before.
John B. Allen came for a job in construction and wound up getting married here. You don't see anyone here other than Filipinos like me, he said. This island is and always will be the Philippines. Mayor Bito Onan says each birth, each marriage strengthens the Philippines' claim to this place, even as it's dwarfed by the expanding Chinese islands around them.
Do you feel that you're ever in danger out here?
We just pray that it will not go to the shooting war. But miscalculation could happen anywhere within the South China Sea. Let it be far away.
And a miscalculation is one of the real concerns. Most of the incidents so far have been at relatively low levels involving fishermen from different countries. But the concern is that could escalate. Gail?
Thank you, Seth Doane in Beijing.